Hello you most beautiful and most amazing top 10ers, I'm Rebecca Felgate and surprise!
Hey, I'm Charlotte from IO Trends. If you love celebrity gossip, which you obviously do because you clicked on this video, definitely come say hi on IO Trends. We cover everything trending in YouTube and entertainment.
So today we have the top 10 embarrassing celebrity moments. Some of these are like 10 out of 10 cringe.
Yeah, so cringy, so cringy. Being a celebrity means you're constantly in the public eye, constantly being photographed and filmed. You're also always performing live and attending highly televised award ceremonies.
So for some reason that means that things can go catastrophically wrong, but stories like these remind us that everyone is human and everyone gets embarrassed. Even celebrities.
Alright guys, let's get into this video.
Yeah.
Starting things off at number 10, we've got the Kim Kardashian flower bombing. Back in 2012, Kim Kardashian was hit with a flower bomb on the red carpet by an unidentified woman. The event was the launch of her own perfume line and she arrived looking like a boss. She wore leather pants and a black blazer. Unfortunately, she was forced to scurry off the red carpet to change because she was soon completely covered in flour. The assailant allegedly shouted "fur hag" as she threw the white powder on Kim. Kim Kardashian does love her fur. The unidentified Asian woman was arrested at the scene. Kim later commented after returning to the event, "That's probably the craziest, unexpected, weird thing that's ever happened to me." Next up at number 9, we've got Justin Bieber falling off the stage. This past June at his show in Saskatoon, Justin was adjusting his pants and not watching where he was walking. He suddenly disappeared down through a trap door on the stage. You could hear a loud clunk as his head hit the stage. He was alright though. He went on the mic and said, "Good thing I'm like a cat and I landed on my feet." This isn't the only time he's fallen down at a show. As a part of the Purpose tour, there's a part with water all over the stage. On the same tour but in the Jacksonville stop, he fell on the stage, but this time he definitely didn't land on his feet. Seems to be a bit of a habit for Justin, but hey, it's not falling down that matters. What matters is getting back up.
I could not agree more, Charlotte. However, didn't he also once puke on stage? I don't know how I'd recover from that. Next up at number 8, we have Robin Thicke, who was caught behaving pretty inappropriate at the 2013 VMA'S. Yep, that's right, it all went down following that performance with Miley Cyrus. As if the performance itself wasn't embarrassing enough, what with all the twerking right up in his grill, the then married Robin later met the ultimate embarrassment. A fan named Lara Scolaro had her picture taken with Robin in front of a mirror. The pop star didn't think about what might be reflected as he grabbed her. It was all seen in the picture. Awkward. Now this sparked a rapid decline in Thicke's marriage to Paula Patton. Very embarrassing, but also ultimately very sad.
Alright, next up at number 7, we've got Britney Spears getting caught lip syncing at the 2016 VMA'S. At the recent MTV Video Music Awards show, there appeared to be something very off about Britney's performance. It wasn't the dancing. Her dancing was always on point. It was the singing. It appeared that Britney was lip syncing, and not well, I might add. Her vocals were a full second off her lip syncing and it was really obvious. Which is the weirdest thing because her dancing was on beat, so why weren't her vocals? Lip syncing is common. It's not really a big deal, but doing it badly is a big deal. This was especially embarrassing for Britney because this was supposed to be her big comeback performance. Some of you might be too young to remember that last cringy awful performance that she had at the 2007 VMA'S. It was not good and it was at a time when Britney's life was falling apart. I know you guys remember that shaved head stuff. To have it happen again at her comeback performance was definitely, to say the least, embarrassing.
But you know what, Charlotte? I feel like if Britney can survive 2007 and 2008, she can survive this. Honey's gonna be coming back, and this time she's gonna be singing for reals. Next up, I really shouldn't laugh, but at number 6 we have Kanye walking into a sign. In May 2013, Kanye was exiting a building with his wife Kim Kardashian. As photographers snapped pictures of them, Kanye kept his head to the floor. Unfortunately, he didn't notice the sign that he was about to walk into. Poor old Yeezy smacked his head right on the big red sign, with Kim attending to him shortly after. He does really like to attract embarrassment, this guy. Also, anyone else remember the time his trousers fell down when he was getting out of a car with Kim? That too was golden. I feel like I could actually do a whole list for him, so maybe stay tuned for that. Moving on from Yeezy's embarrassments to an embarrassment caused by Yeezy, I'm sorry to bring up the narrative once again, Taylor, because I really am Team Swift all the way, but we probably have to admit that this must have been pretty embarrassing. At number 5, we have Kim and Kanye secretly record Taylor Swift. Taylor and Kanye have had their highs and lows, however, from 2014 onwards, it seems that the pair had put aside their differences. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, in 2016, Kanye released a new album called The Life of Pablo, which contained a track called Famous. Famous contained the lyric, "I still think me and Taylor Swift might still have sex. Why? I made that famous." Taylor and her team were up in arms at the offensive lyric, but Kanye was adamant that he had sought her permission. To cut a really long story short, she said she'd never heard the track, and there actually isn't any evidence that she did. However, Kim released a video on Snapchat that proved that Taylor knew about some of the lyrics, which was pretty embarrassing. Taylor quickly made a post that read, "Being falsely painted as a liar when I was never given the full story or played any part of the song is character assassination."
I don't know, Taylor. Sounds like you were caught red-handed. Next at number 4, we have John Travolta mispronouncing Idina Menzel at the Oscars. Idina Menzel was set to perform Let It Go at the Oscars in 2014. For whatever reason, John Travolta called Idina Menzel Adele Dazeem when he was introducing her. He got a ton of flack for this, and he didn't hear the end of it for months. According to John Travolta, who tried to explain the whole situation to Jimmy Kimmel, they told him backstage that they were changing Idina's name to the phonetic spelling, and then they pushed him on stage without an explanation. How he got Adele Dazeem from Idina Menzel is a bit confusing. Definitely don't see the correlation there. Very embarrassing for Travolta, but it wasn't too bad for Idina. Let It Go won Best Original Song that year at the Oscars. Bringing you number 3, Helga Flelgate.
Thank you so much, Jarlath Flowbray. It's enjoyable, I think. Next up, remember when Jennifer Lawrence fell up the stairs at the Oscars? Of course you do. At the time, Jennifer Lawrence was 22 when she accepted the highly prestigious Academy Award for Best Actress in a Movie for her work in the 2012 Silver Linings Playbook. At the ceremony, held at the Dolby Theatre in Hollywood, Jennifer stunned in a white gown. Pictures of her in that very same gown would make meme history. Why? Because when Jennifer got up to collect her award, she tripped and fell up the stairs, falling into that very big white gown. There she was. A career high coupled with a pretty darn embarrassing moment. Despite the embarrassment, it endeared many to the actress, and the incident was one of the most talked about events of the ceremony.
Alright, getting close now. It's time for number 2. So you know that reoccurring dream you have where you're in your underwear and everyone's laughing at you? Well, this one is 10 times worse. Some of you might be too young to remember the Janet Jackson Super Bowl halftime fiasco. Well, let me fill you in. The Super Bowl halftime show is one of the most tuned into segments on television. Janet Jackson was set to perform with Justin Timberlake. All was going well, and these two pop superstars were absolutely killing it, until Justin reached over Janice's bodice and tore off one of the cups. The result was her entire boob popped out to reveal a sun-shaped nipple ring. Justin said there was supposed to be a red lace bra underneath the bodice that he tore off. The controversy behind it was that it was actually a pre-planned publicity stunt. But according to the show's producer, the garment, the red bra, collapsed. 143.6 million people saw this broadcast. YouTube's co-founder Jawed Karim also said that this incident led to the creation of YouTube. It made Janet Jackson the most searched term, event, and image in internet history.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty convenient. Pop a boob and suddenly you're famous again. So one person that's certainly not gonna want people searching up this image, at our number 1, the most embarrassing celebrity moment probably in the history of life, we have Fergie wetting herself on stage and then trying to cover it by dousing herself in champagne. I mean, you actually cannot make this stuff up. It's a vintage one, but it remains one of the most embarrassing things to have ever happened in the universe. That's right, aliens. Top this. Back in 2005, Fergie was performing with the Black Eyed Peas in San Diego. The band was running late and had to go straight on stage. As she was jamming out Get It Started, she literally couldn't hold the pee any longer and just decided, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. Unfortunately, the incident was snapped on camera. Fergie later doused herself in a glass of champagne to try and alleviate the damage, which I think actually just drew even more attention to her crotch. Awkward turtle. Awkward. I like your turtle, it's really nice.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe
I
our
like
turtles
your
can be
turtle.
friends.
Yeah.
Maybe this is one of the most embarrassing things that's happened in history. I don't know. So thank you so much, Charlotte. I really enjoyed hearing some of those. They were like crazy.
And thank you for having me, Rebecca.
Oh my goodness, anytime. So you guys can catch up with Charlotte on Inform Overload. Sometimes I pop into the channel as well. And at the moment we're doing a bit of crossover, so you can see me and Danny there. Ooh. So yeah, if you love this video and you love celebrities, you will love Inform Overload, am I right?
You will, I promise.
So thank you for joining us on Most Amazing Top 10. I'm Rebecca Felgate.
I'm Charlotte Dobre.
You guys can catch up with us on our own YouTube channels as well. What's yours, Charlotte?
Charlotte Dobre.
Oh,
I know.
And mine's Rebecca Felgate. Where did we pick these names?
I don't know.
So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a good thumbs up, share it with a friend, of course subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10, and Inform Overload, and IO Trends, because trending stuff is awesome.
Awesome.